Well, welcome back to Randy's Cycle Service in Everett, Washington. And by the way, it just started to rain here. We call this, instead of calling Everett, we call it Everwet, because if it's raining anywhere in Washington State, it's raining here. Okay, here's our parts out of the, which is the Bendix out of the Virago. So, you can see here, see how this is all beaten down? Okay, it's smooth and shiny. It's basically just not good. Okay. Also, this is an impact rubber that's here. It comes out, and when it smashes into this is our spline that throws it out. If we can get it on here. When it comes out, you can see that it smashes in right there, and that rubber's just all beat apart. There's nothing left to it. Not much left to it anyway. Now, so what happens is, the pin let's just take the pin out for the moment. I don't need the pin to really explain this to you. Okay, get this in here. There we go. So, what happens is, this gear is what's driven by the starter. Okay? And as the starter drives it, it throws this gear out into the flywheel. So there's your mechanism that does that. Okay? Now, this piece here goes over here on the back side, and the way you tell the way it goes is you look at the marks on it, and you'll see that those marks fit there. This mark fit the other two. There's 2 on one side, and it looks like 3 on the other side as far as ring marks. It goes here. Okay. Now, the spring goes there. This part goes here, like that. So once the starter stops, this is supposed to push that back. Now, the reason we have this pin in this clip in here, right here, is to act as a brake to stop this from turning, so it can push it back. So, we'll put this back on, and then we have this in the back. It goes that way, and we'll put the pin through it. So it's all nicely reassembled. Okay? Now, hopefully, I'm showing you all the angles here so you can understand how it goes together. Okay, let me pull this up so you can see how this fits. Okay, that goes that way. Okay? Now, one more time through the mechanism. The mechanism's locked into the inside. It goes in the hole on the case over here, and the case and cover on the other side goes over here. It's driven, the starter drives this gear, and when it does, if it's properly engaged, like that, okay, it's under spring tension. We're going to talk about that in a minute. When this turns, if I can make it work here in my hand, which is sometimes a pain in the flesh, it throws that gear out under centrifugal force. In other words, it wants to stay here, and it's got a spring to keep it there, but when the starter turns, it throws it out like that. Okay? And the problem we're going to have, and the problem we always have, by the way, is getting the cover back on. Okay? Now, the trick to getting the cover back on, which I'll show you when we reassemble this, is that you've got to use this pin right here, a little pressure thing to hold it together. Okay? And we're going to do it. Now, what we have to do now is we've got to go to the dealership. Oh, by the way, the parts we're going to go to the dealership, order the parts. That was loud. Anyway, go to the dealership, order the parts. Now, here's what we're going to order, so you know what parts to get. Okay? If this isn't beat up, you don't replace it. The same with this gear. This gear's in nice shape. Okay? This piece here you shouldn't have to replace, and you shouldn't have to replace the pin. So the spring, the clip, it's actually a spring clip like this on the starter you want to replace. Okay? And this spring clip you want to replace, along with this piece right here and the spring. Okay? So you're going to replace the coil spring, this piece here, and the clip just like it on the starter. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to hot put it over to the dealership, and we're going to order the parts, and then we're going to wait a week, 10 days for the parts to come back. We're going to box up the motorcycle, and when the parts come back in, we are going to reassemble. So we'll see you here in about a week, 10 days, and we'll put all this back together again. Now, I'm not going to put the cover, we're going to go over putting the cover on. So, that would be.